What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Command and Console. My name is Jason. Today we've added some new titles to my PlayStation 2 collection. So as always, without further ado, welcome to Project PS2. So the first game in this addition to the PS2 collection is adding to our EA Big Micro collection, I suppose you could call it, and it is going to be the very first SSX. I don't have really any memories of this one. I remember it being pretty fun back in the day, but I'm always going to remember the sequel, SSX Tricky, a lot more than this one. So it's going to be interesting to go back to this one, see how it was when it first came out, and then obviously move on to the sequel when I do get that in the collection and see how they've improved upon it. But yeah, this looks less quirky and less silly than the sequel, less more kind of upbeat in terms of its like cover design, and when you look at the back as well, it doesn't look as kind of quirky as the sequel does. But yeah, really happy to get that game in the collection for the micro collection that is EA Big titles, that is SSX. The next game in this video that I picked up, really happy to get this one because it was the final game I needed in the Ridge Racer series collection. This game is by Namco. It is technically a Ridge Racer game. It's more of a spin-off, is more directly a spin-off, and it takes Ridge Racer into a more simulation style racing style, a la Forza, a la Gran Turismo. And I'm talking about a game called Racing. Yeah, as you can see, it's definitely Ridge Racer because it's got the classic girl there, the iconic girl. I don't know if she's got a name, I don't know, but anyway, you know, she's like pretty much the figurehead of the Ridge Racer series. But yeah, this one goes more in that simulation racing style. I've never played this one, so I'm really excited to have picked this up and to give it a try. It was only like £3 or £4, so I wasn't losing out much on it, and it completes the Ridge Racer series for me, if you don't include the PSP titles and the Vita titles. When it concerns mainline consoles like PS2, etc., I've got pretty much all of these, so I'm really happy to grab this one. Let me know your thoughts on this game, because I've not played it. I don't know how it fares against other big simulation racing titles of the day, so let me know if you've got any thoughts about this one. That's Racing. The next game in this pickups video for PS2 is a Japanese action RPG based on a manga and a anime. I've not seen the anime yet. I do have it in my anime collection. I need to get around to watching it because I've had it for ages. The game is called Orphen, Scorn of Sorcery. Now, this is based on an anime called Sorcerer Stabber Orphen. It's one of those early PS2 games. It's on one of those blue CD-ROM discs. Back in the day when we had the first bunch of PS2 games, they came on CD-ROMs rather than DVD-ROMs. And yeah, I've heard mixed feelings on this one. There's people that love it, there's people that think it's pretty average, and there's a lot of people that say don't bother, it's pretty rubbish. But for £3, it's a game that I've always had my eye on, and it's early day PS2. And like, if you've seen my early 2000s PS2 video, you know that they were on fire with the releases on PS2 there. So I'm hopefully this game is better than its detractors would claim, and maybe it's something that I would like. I love my action RPGs, I love my anime stuff, so hopefully this has those two things combined in a great way, and I will actually enjoy this one. Who knows? As always, if you've got any thoughts on this one, let us know. That is Orphen, Scorn of, I'm guessing that's Scorn of Sorcery. I don't know if it says Scorn or Scion. I don't know. Let's just move on. That's awful. The next game in this pickup video is a game that people, as soon as I started collecting for PS2, people were like, get this one, it's awesome. And I never really knew much about it until now, really. It's called Dark Cloud. Part Zelda dungeon crawler, part city builder kind of thing. It's a very unique title for the time. It's even quite unique now because you don't really get games like this. So one half of the game is you're looking to rebuild your village that was destroyed by this powerful evil entity, and then the other half is, you know, to rebuild your village you've got to go into these caves, these dungeons, to acquire I'm assuming some kind of currency or some kind of power up, or I don't know too much about this game to understand the deeper forms of the mechanics, but I understand that to be able to rebuild your village, you have to go into these dungeons, these caves, defeat monsters, and get certain things from them that allows you to build your village. Something like that. You can correct me in the comments, because I don't really know, because I've not really played this game, so I don't really know the ins and outs of the game mechanically, or you know what you technically meant to do with it. But I've heard it's very, very good. It's a really early, solely published title for the PS2. It was always going to be on my radar, and as soon as someone said to me, you need to get this game, it's great, I knew it had to be on my list. Growing up, I've always seen this game. I've always seen this front cover. I generally thought it was a PlayStation Zelda title. I generally thought this was Link on the front cover. If you look at it, you can't really blame me. It kind of looks like Link to me. The green hat, the long kind of hair, the tunic is very similar. Yeah, it's sort of Link in some regards, right? Anyway, that's Dark Cloud. Let me know about this one. Is it a good one? I don't know, but it sounds awesome. The idea of having two different kind of mechanics, gameplay styles really intrigues me with this one. That's Dark Cloud. The final game on this pickups video is a game that I've seen for years, never picked it up, but I keep getting people recommending it, especially when I did my PS2 Hidden Gems video. This game was, I got quite a few comments and messages from people saying this is a game I've got to get. And considering I'm a massive kaiju fan, I love all things Godzilla, when I saw this complete manual and it was at a good price, I knew I had to pick it up. It's called War of the Monsters. Yes, this game looks absolutely sick. It looks like those era of Godzilla games on the PS2, where it was just like straight up just arena beat 'em up carnage with Godzilla and these rogues gallery. And this one looks pretty much the same thing, but more of a kind of like no license, just their own creating their own monsters and having a massive beat 'em up brawl. Yeah, I've heard really good things about this. The artwork looks a bit janky on the front, but I love giant monsters, I love giant robots, I love kaiju, I love Godzilla, and anything that kind of harkens to that is something I'm going to want to check out. That is War of the Monsters. That's it, guys. Those are my pickups for this episode of Project PS2. It's actually been a while since I've actually picked up some PS2 games, so I've been slowly like picking odd ones up here and there, and when I got into a stack of 5, I knew it was time for a video. But yeah, as always, guys, let me know your thoughts on these games in the comments down below. And as always, if you really like this content and you want to see more from me, you like my recommendations, you like the pickups, you want to see my collection behind me grow, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop a comment down below. It really does help out the channel. I thought I'd start asking, because it's actually, people are actually listening and subscribing. So everyone that has subscribed recently, I do really thank you. It's amazing to see you, have you on board here at Command and Console. As always, guys, as always, let's continue to build a PS2 collection.